So, I just wanted to make a quick video about a couple things. One thing is about being mindful of companies that start with the double M, or they're like members maker. Hello, little kitty. Interesting. New spirit guide, spirit protector. Appreciate you. Anyway, the double M. There's some guy, Matthew Masucci, something. I don't know how to say his name. God forgive me. But again, he is a really smart dude who come up with some really smart stuff, but he did some really bad stuff with it. And also, so like even the mastermind with this Dean guy and Tony Robbins, there's coffee makers, member makers, or something like that. Also, be mindful of the Rise mushroom coffee. Okay, microdosing can be really amazing and beneficial to people with depression and ADHD or all kinds of pains and ailments, but also it can be, like I said before, tainted and used to attach entities and demonic things and to gain access and crack your spiritual armor. Also, be mindful of sticks that are shaped in certain ways, like this. You can see how it's kind of like a Y, like this. Okay, sometimes sticks are just sticks and birds are just birds, but see this? Like, okay, be mindful of the direction that they're going, because again, these are, see, like this big one here, this over here. Okay, there's definitely a warfare going on, and like I said before, there's good angels, not bad angels, but good spirits, bad spirits. Good days, bad days, light, dark, it's all the thing. There's people that are called to practice the occult by God, even because, again, in spiritual warfare, you have the only, just like in real 3D life, the only thing that will stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. So same thing with magic and spell work. The only thing that can, well, God can protect you through anything, but again, God calls these people to do the jobs that he needs to be done. So, like, there's good engineers, there's bad engineers, good contractors, bad contractors. But like I was saying about the shapes of the sticks and things, it's spell work. For sometimes it is protecting you, sometimes it is attacking you. So mindful of which direction it's going, even in other people's yards or other people's houses and trees. There's, like I said, different directions they'll face. If, again, it goes back to like ancient symbols and ruins and hieroglyphs, like lack of better words. Okay, so, but again, the ones that are going towards you, if it's going towards you, it is sending you something. So like these ones, this one is going towards my house. This one is going away from my house. This one is going towards that one. Because again, they're fighting each other. They're fighting each other. So something is trying to attack me, and something is trying to protect me. It sounds crazy, but it's, if you know, you know. Again, see, and again, sometimes sticks are just sticks, and trees fall, and birds are just birds. But sometimes they're more than that. Sometimes squirrels and groundhogs and stray cats and stray dogs and mice and mosquitoes and especially flies, they're very much either your protectors and your ancestors, or they're very much monitoring spirits that are trying to send back information about you. Also, be mindful of the world we live in is crazy, okay? And you should never do drugs. But also now that, again, it's 2025, we live in a world where there's all kinds of crazy, bad, sick people. So the drugs that you think you're doing aren't really the drugs that you think you're doing. Again, a while back we had this big, fentanyl craze. So like even the uppers that people were using were tainted with fentanyl because people were using ice to get off of dope. They were using weed to get off ice, or mushrooms to get off ice, and things like that. Hello, kitty kitty. Super cute, but super interesting, super protective. I love it. Thank you for being here. Anywho, as I was saying, so now, because of the way that technology has grown, and I was telling you about the people, they're doing crazy things, okay? They also have people that work in, like, the government, so, like, NSA, FBI, CIA. But, so back to doing drugs. Okay, so, like, when you sniff, I don't even know if I'm allowed to put this, how are you today? On YouTube, but again, it's for everybody's protection, so if I get banned, I get banned. It's not like I'm trying to make any money from it. But again, you could be sniffing up that piece of something, and it's contaminated with nanotechnology. So this nanotechnology embeds deep into your brain, all throughout your body, and then because already your body is, we have neurotransmitters, right? So your transmission and receiving. That's how your senses receive information. Your brain computes it, boop, 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 and then you're able to output your actions for whatever you're processing, whether it's speech or movement, and that's the same way that we are transmitters and receivers to the spiritual realm, to God, or even demonic entities. So then, essentially, you can be ingesting this spyware. The spyware then now can either simply be used to monitor you remotely, but it also can be used to control your emotions, to weigh you down, like, so you don't know that your anger or your sadness or your actions or reactions are not your own even. So now that, because, and again, there's a lot of this YouTube and TikTokers that are doing like the divination, the tarot readers. They're pretending to be psychics or spiritually gifted, but in fact, they're just ingesting this spyware and, technology stuff, nanobots or whatever, because again, I'm not a scientist or anything like that. I'm just speaking from experience and awareness from God to be mindful and to warn other people. So even in the coffee you drink, the foods that you eat, all our food is essentially contaminated anyway. I made a video about that before, about how essentially these dark powers that be have corrupted the food and the water, because it then makes it look like because we're ingesting the food, that we now are all in contract with this demonic gangs and cults and covens, and again, we don't even know it. We're completely unknowing. But now, because there is so many people that have become aware, that are whistleblowers, that are being called and gifted with real spiritual, some humongous just fell from a tree. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so just be mindful of that, because again, and just like I said before, pray over everything. Pray for, again, wear the armor of God. Walk in even if you don't believe completely. The demons believe, the devils believe. And again, you're doing something right, especially because when you try to change your life or you start speaking the truth, they try to attack you. They try to label you as crazy. They call you conspiracy theorists. They call you this. They call you that. Someone will try to break into your house. Someone will try to burn your house down. Someone will try to drug you and gang rape you. Someone will try to use your kids against you or your friends or your family. They'll do all these things to try to break you down and to make you feel like you're alone. So I said before about even a music video that they literally had put me in, but put my consciousness in somebody else to make me look outwardly different, but me going around trying to tell these information to people and then either being completely ignored, like nobody could hear me, like a world where I was like, screaming, but nobody could hear me. They act like I didn't exist, or they were laughing at me to try to dissuade me from sharing this information, or to think that I could do anything about it to gain justice for the behaviors that were happening around me. Because again, these people are super sick. I don't know if you've seen him again, but there's a kitty. Super protective, love it. But anywho, I just wanted to share that video with you. And again, I, for some reason, can't think of the way the guy's name is pronounced, but I do know that he could have been a good guy. He did do a lot of good for the world, but again, essentially at some point, just like we all come to a crossroad or an experience where we literally meet the devil, or even in our dreams, in our these people are using your dreams against you. So they're infiltrating your dreams and binding you to contracts or marriage or sex or drugs and alcohol that you wouldn't do in real life, but you don't think it's serious because it's a dream, right? So, and again, a lot of these celebrities, like Angelina Jolie, Jason Momoa, like I said, Tony Robbins, the Kardashians, Sharon Osbourne, the list goes on and on. But there are people that do, honestly, because again, it's all about choices. Choices. Every day you can choose to take a stand and say, no, I don't want to do this anymore. God help me. There's some movie too. I don't know what it is. It wasn't The Devil's Advocate because that was like Al Pacino, but there was a different movie where the blonde guy is like the devil, and the guy does something really bad, and he's at a table with the devil, and he just starts praying. He's all beat up and he starts praying. And first, the devil's like laughing. He's like, "Oh, are you really praying? This has never happened before." And I've literally been in this experience, literally in my real life, 3D, not in a movie, not in anything, but like I was really in this situation where, and again, you just start praying, God, I can't do this. I need your help. I've been too deep. I did this thing. So I don't want to be here. I'm sorry. Just like, please help me. Again, I don't know what to do. I'm lost, and I've been tricked. I've been persuaded. I did this, or I was guilty, but again, I didn't know what I was doing, or I did know what I was doing, but I'll never do it again. Things like that. And as the guy is praying, he's like, I know it's been a long time since I came to you, God, but I need you. And the devil's like, squirrels are playing. I love it. But anyhow, sorry, ADD. But also, too, just always take a moment for joy. Because, again, just as much as the devil hates your prayers, because, again, he knows the power of Jesus. He knows the power of God. As much as he hates that, and all the more these demons hate your joy. They hate your joy. They want you to be in a dark place. They want you to be in a dark space. They want you to be isolated. They want you to be breaking and broken because that's how they win, right? So, like, crazy. Here's another weird thing. Look at the tree branches, too. It looks like it's natural, but it's not. Look over here. These things are sigils and spell work that is used against you. And again, it sounds crazy, but if you know, you know. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Always take the time to be a little kid, to have joy in just the silly things, watching the squirrels play tag in a tree, to just look up at the clouds and be like, oh, I wonder what that looks like, to think of your favorite song. Like, even if it's something silly, like, oh my God, I really love a morning coffee. Yesterday was so, I am so flippin' excited that I found that the dress I was wearing had pockets in it, okay? And I am still, like, over the moon about this. So again, when these moments where you feel so much despair or so much weight on your heart or your head or your life, like, just take the time to find, like, what was one thing that made you, like, LOL, laugh out loud. Because again, that love, that joy, is like so powerful, so flippin' powerful. And if you can't muster up the mustard seed of fact to believe, then just feel, because that's what you really, that feeling, that frequency, that vibration, it literally is just as strong as any sword or any spell. And so, yeah. And again, I'll just leave it at that. But just know that there's dark and nefarious things going on in the world, but the light is winning.